Hello, this is Rayhan and welcome to my second episode of Kerbal Space Programme. So, today we are going to be flying to the moon and coming back to Kerbin. So, let's begin. So, this time I'm not going to be explaining to you how everything is done, as you all already know the basics. So, I'm just going to be making a rocket and then explaining it to you after it's done. So we have finished making Solar Mun. So the first thing that I have done over here, as you can see, is put a parachute. Now we are going to be coming back to Kerbin, therefore we will not be having enough fuel to actually land. So we're going to be decoupling this in the end and then just having a good landing maybe in the water or something like that. Then we have our fuel tank, a little bigger than before, obviously. Now then we have our landing struts. Now when we obviously reach on the moon, we don't want to be landing on the engine, therefore we'll need some support. And these are pretty good landing struts, like the best in the game I think, as they provide a good surface area, therefore we land really easily. Then we put a reliance, stack decoupler, and then a brand adapter. Now, a brand adapter is a structural element which connects smaller parts of the rocket to bigger parts. So this one connects this to Rocco Max, and that's what I've done right here. Now as you can obviously see, this rocket's much bigger than the previous one, and the decouplers I've used is also much bigger and better. Now this is used by using a mod known as SpaceY, and the mod link is in the description below, so please check it out. So, and this really provides good, as it just thrusts out and it really helps in decoupling. I've also put some fuel ducts. Now fuel ducts, what it does is it saves up the fuel, and when it decouples finally, it will transfer all its fuel that's remaining to this. So what will happen is this will run much faster than these and then the other ones, which is basically why, because it's saving up fuel, and then when it decouples, it'll finally transmit everything to this one. So I think that's basically it. Also, I have put a monopropellant tank with some thrust blocks. Now if you've seen the movie Interstellar, then you might understand this. You know that white stuff, like the air coming in the vacuum, like basically in space, that comes from this, and that really helps in maneuvering. So then below that I put some mainsail engines, some struts, just finished it off right there. Also put some launch clamps, and obviously the most rigorous part of Kerbal Space Programme, staging. I have successfully done all of this, and I think we are good to go. So we save and we launch. So, after creating a 100-kilometer orbit, actually it's 120 I think, yeah I messed up a little bit there, whatever. Now we will continue our expedition. So, click on the moon, set as a target. Now we have two ascending and descending nodes. So now we will click on the ascending node, add maneuver. I'm just gonna actually warp till about here, as I don't want only a minute to the maneuver. There we go. Okay. Add maneuver. Now, what do these two arrows mean? This means is that when basically when the ship is over here, the moon will be over here. Now we don't want that. We want to intersect with the moon's orbit. So we will try. Okay, so ascending node did not work. So what will happen is we need a purple-ish orbit. I'm just going to show you. This should work. And okay, that also did not work. So basically you just gotta switch around, fool around with the nodes, see what you can get from where. So it's gonna prograde. Now we have this. Try and get them closer together. There we go. So how the orbit just changed right now? From this to this. That's good. So now we have a moon periapsis of 1 million meters. And we don't want that. So we want a smaller periapsis. Okay, that's good. 351. 140, a 50,000 should be good. Now, why am I aiming for so low is because the moon does not, that's perfect, because the moon does not even have an atmosphere. So wherever we land, wherever we go, we're fine actually. Now, I did not mention this in when I was explaining to you my rocket, but I had also put lights. So like to help in these kind of cases when you cannot see anything. So I'm just gonna extend the panels right now. Sorry. There we go. Click U. And boom, let there be light. These are the MK1 illuminators. They are fabulous. That is the moon right over there. And now a good way to just do this, warp to next maneuver. It makes you warp till about 59 seconds before the maneuver. So it might just help a little bit. Now we have reached 59 seconds before. Now we will use the RCS, the monopropellant tank that I had put. Now what is that used for? This. Click the maneuver, click the R key for RCS. And there we go. We are off to maneuver to the maneuver node. So that's Kerbal, whatever. Kerbin and the moon, which is okay, I don't know where it is. I think it's on that side. We have a 53 second burn. Oh god. I think it's a no, that's impossible. I think it's a 30-second burn. Yes, it's a 32 second burn. Should be, because this doesn't take 53 seconds to achieve with a mainsail engine. So we're just gonna warp till we reach about 15 seconds. And there we go. See, I told you it was a 30-second burn. Now this is extremely important as we need a exact orbit just like we created. Now in this case Mechjeb would really help, as we could just use the maneuver node editor and it would do it exactly the way we wanted it. But in this case we don't have that, so we're gonna do it manually. Remember to keep your fingers on the Control X key, Control and X key. So when we reach about 100, we will start to control it. There we go. 60. I don't always keep an eye on this because sometimes even this messed up. Okay, and done. That looks fine. Periapsis is a 42. Now this blue thing is known as a soul transition. Would basically mean that from here the orbit will change. So over here we will get this orbit, like that. So don't exactly go with this. So we're gonna warp there. First thing now we need to do function F5. Just to quick save our game. Oh yeah, we can't not do it when we're time warping. So to quick save our game we need to quick save our game. So there we go. Quick saving right there. Now let's just set the focus to the moon by double clicking it. Okay, so this is the bright side of the moon. Never land, try not to land on the dark side, because it's the dark side. Sorry, it sounds cool. Okay, retrograde. Okay, now the best place to land is in a crater. So we need to get a crater thing. Oh god, wrong one. I'm gonna click the periapsis. Add maneuver. Retrograde. Oh god, too much. Okay. Looks pretty good. That's the same place we want it. Now we need to use the inclination. Remember last time I told you in the previous tutorial that do not use these because they're only for changing the inclination, and now we need to change the inclination, so we use them. There we go. Perfect. This looks like a pretty good crater, so we will land over there. 29,000 is pretty low. That's good. Now we're going to create this orbit. So let's do it. We begin our burn. Right there, and boom. Okay. So now we made the orbit. Now we need to land. So we're gonna click somewhere over here. This is the crater that we chose, right? Or this one? Which crater did we choose? I think we chose this one. Yeah, this one. Add maneuver. Retrograde till both of them switch, just like that. So they just switched. That's what we need. Now we're gonna create this maneuver. Now, why I stopped before doing this is because I was just going to talk to you about something. It's known as a gravity assist. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the New Horizons mission or something like that, they use gravity assist to find Pluto. I mean, not find it, just research about it, see some stuff about it. I think it was New Horizons, if I'm not mistaken. So what they did was they used a gravity assist of Jupiter. Now, what a gravity assist is using the planet's gravity to your advantage. Now, if you see, when we reach the periapsis, our speed will be maximum. Look at this. And after that, it'll go back down. 31, and it's going back down. So what New Horizons did is, I'm just going to call it New Horizons because I'm not exactly sure if it was New Horizons or Voyager. I'm 99% sure it was New Horizons, but whatever. So what it did was, it used the gravity assist of Jupiter. Now what gravity assist is that, so this planet, the moon is, well, it's it's orbiting Kerbin, on Earth, and so what's happening is, so let's say this is Earth, okay, where New Horizons took off from, and this is Jupiter. And that is Pluto, okay? So what it did was, it created a periapsis of Jupiter low. So the possible periapsis, the highly possible periapsis, so basically the lowest point that it could try, it tried to do that. Then what it did was, it went over here. So now, it couldn't go all the way to Pluto. Now let's say, Lyre is pretty far away, but let's say it was much further, because Pluto is extremely far away from the solar system. So let's say that Lyre was much farther away, and that's Pluto, okay? So what it did was, it used the gravity of Jupiter to create, so first it created an escape trajectory. So now, as you saw, after passing through the periapsis, my speed again decreased, right? But if I had an escape trajectory of the moon, which is like that, and not coming back, basically, and not orbiting it, if I had that, then what would happen is, my speed would continue to be the same. And that's what New Horizons did. It got its maximum speed, used the gravity of Jupiter to get maximum speed, and boom. So it reached much faster than it normally would. So it already had its waypoint and its maneuver towards Pluto, but it needed a faster way to travel. Therefore, it used a gravity assist. I just thought that might just be useful, because Kerbal Space Programme also, I mean, it does have gravity assist, so if you want to go anywhere, you can use a planet's gravity to your advantage, and it really helps. So we're just going to create this maneuver, and burn. Now we're going to set our focus back to Solar Mun, as we press the delete key. And cut. Almost cut. No, a little more. Cut. There we go. So now this is our suborbital trajectory. Now what we do is switch to surface velocity, go to the retrograde vector. Now because we have RCS, there's no electric charge running out. But usually what happens is there's electric charge on the board that when you use SAS, what happens is it moves around. And sometimes the SAS, the electric charge goes out and you don't want that. So decouple. Because we don't need that anymore. Okay. Now this means if our retrograde vector is not in the center first, we gotta quick save. There we go. If our retrograde vector is not on the center, basically the pole, that means that we are traveling with horizontal velocity, which we really wanted. We do not need it. We do not want it. So now we're just gonna warp some time till we reach about here. There we go. This looks good enough. I'm just gonna thrust till we reach about 50 because I don't want to be too, Now we will perform a suicide burn in some time, but not now. Now a suicide burn is where you throttle to your maximum, and what happens is you reduce the velocity, which makes it much easier to land. We're gonna click this G key to get out the gear. This looks too much actually. 5.8k. 6. It's really far away. Now to see where we are going to land, we should just set our focus to this. So we're going to land somewhere here, which is pretty soft spot. And it's good. So it's good. Just gonna... Okay, 5. That's good. That's good enough. Now we're just going to get a little lower till a shadow appears, and then we will begin our landing procedures. Okay. Lower now. I just don't want to... I think we're going to land over here. I hope you are. Okay then. Shadow has come up a little bit over there. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but it's right over there. Just gonna... Now, we need to get quite a low speed. I'm just gonna get that. So now, always remember that we need to keep to the retrograde vector. And as you can see, there's no atmosphere, so we cannot even deploy a parachute over here, as it really won't help. And obviously, this is completely wrong. So it's really important to do this. And also remember the suicide burn. Now we're landing on a slight slope, so it'll be better if our speed is like 1 meter per second or something like that. Oh god, we're back on top. It's gonna go back down now when our speed reaches 0. So yes, landing is quite a irritating thing because you always need to get the exact speed, especially when you're going on a slope. But the toughest part actually is going back to Kerbin, because you gotta have enough fuel, not to land, but at least to try to overcome the overheating and all of that. Again, we're almost down. Almost down. Always remember that we don't need to do too much. Just hold the shift and X key whenever you can. Okay, so we keep bouncing back up. That's why I said a swivel engine would have been much better. And we have touchdown. Okay, so we have landed successfully on the surface of the moon. We can put on our lights, whatever. Okay, so, oh, our pod is this way. No wonder I was getting messed up with the keys. Okay, so then we click that. Wait. Extend ladder. Extend ladder. EVA jib. Let's first look for Kerbin. Let's see if we can see it. Okay, so clearly we're on a pretty large slope. But it's good that we came in a crater. Why? Because the craters are always the best places to land. If you land over here, there are going to be millions and millions and millions of slopes. This slope is at least not that bad. The best is to land in a crater, Like this would be the best place to land. The cleanest, the best places. The smoothest too. Okay. So now we're going to press again to make the dudes walk and do everything is the same WASD keys. QE also for moving around. He's almost on the moon. He's almost on the moon. And he is on the moon. One small step for Kerbin. One giant leap for Kerbin kind. Yeah. First thing we're gonna do. EVA report. Hey, oh wow, I Kerbal kind. I just made that up and it's actual Kerbal kind. Huh. Oh. Wow, I literally just said this. Okay, this is weird. Take surface sample, just like intense pressure and heat. Okay. And plant flag. The most important thing. Now always remember, we only have one flag. I think in the MK2 command pod, we have 3, I think. I'm not sure. I think we have 1 or 3. I don't know. But in this one, we only have 1. So site name will be Solar Moon. Play text. Mechjeb. Finally reached. No, actually, I'm not going to keep it that. I'm going to keep it one small step. Oh god. For Kerbal. Kerbin, actually. No, Kerbal. I don't know. I think Kerbal will be better. One giant leap for Kerbal kind. I'm a little slow in typing, sorry. No full stop. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay. Now, let's read the flag. Read. Woohoo! Yeah. Okay. So, now we go back. Now, he also, the Kerbins also have EVA, like the propellant, monopropellant. But we don't need to use that because the ladder is like all the way up down. So, there we go. Get back up to the rocket. Now comes the tough part. Getting back to Kerbal. Kerbin, sorry. And board. We have to create an orbit like this. Okay. Just gonna that. Okay, so we need to go like this, in this direction. Okay, so that's good. So remember, do not put on full throttle. Just need half. Half should be good. There we go. See, I told you that would be right. And stability assist. Now we can full throttle. So now what's going to be happening is we're going to be getting an escape trajectory of the moon. And basically that's what we need. So almost. And there we go. That's what we need. So again, this is the soul transition. Warp here. Just going to retract the gears. Oh yeah, can't do anything while it's warping. Say bye-bye to the moon. Where is it? Bye. See you next time. Next episode is going to be on Mechjeb to the moon. So we will be seeing the moon pretty soon. Gonna warp till here again. There we what? What in the world is this? Okay, that was odd. There we go. Yeah, so sometimes that happens, but we don't need to pay too much attention to it. Okay, now we need to set the focus as Kerbin. I will tell you why. Now we need to warp till about here. So we will just... Oh god. Do it again. Oh, yes, that's good. There we go. Now we need to merge our periapsis. Now the periapsis needs to be inside the atmosphere so we actually get caught by the gravity and then start to descend. Otherwise we'll just keep orbiting and we don't want that. So now we go to retrograde. Always remember also you need to lessen your speed and your velocity when you actually get closer because we don't want too much drag. And check the periapsis. A million, blah blah. More, much more actually. But don't get no periapsis. 42. That's good. That's really good. Okay. Now switch it to surface velocity. Wow, that is a fast surface velocity. It's really fast. It's gonna warp till about here. There we go. Just gonna quick save again. Oh yeah, I cannot. Keep forgetting you can't do it when I'm time warping. So we should be landing, I think. Well, it's the best to land in water, by the way. It's the best to land in water. So, well, we'll now start. Now we are here. We are just gonna walk till we reach about 100,000 meters, maybe here. Why want to do this? So that we can decrease our surface velocity. We're still a little far away. Here should be good. Always keep an eye on the Now this is not the true altitude, but it's somewhat real. So don't just neglect this completely. Because over here 70,000 meters is the atmospheric level. Oh god. So we're gonna thrust. As you can see, the surface velocity is decreasing, and that is what we need. I should have actually put solar panels on the pod, but I forgot that, and it's okay. Well, a good surface velocity reaches about 2,000, 1,500 when we are actually coming in our descending time. But if it's not, then, well, it's still okay. Oh, there we go. That's kind of... Now we will decouple. You will see that this will experience a lot more drag than this, as the mass of this is so much more. This is the toughest layer of the atmosphere. We pass this, we're clear. This dark portion. This should be starting to heat up as of now. It's not, but... And this obviously will explode. I mean, clearly. But let's see. Now, do not time warp at all, okay? Because if you do, then most likely it'll just explode. Look at that. Look at the difference, okay? This and that. I mean, it's weird, really. We click the retrograde and SAS, and you will see this go down much faster, as this will take much more time to break the realms of the atmosphere. So there are many things going on right now. The first, oh, please don't crash, please don't crash. It shouldn't. So the first thing is that we are opposing the gravity is trying to get us now. Second thing is we are breaking through the realms of the atmosphere. Why is this taking such less time compared to this? Is because this was taking, look at the size of this thing. It will take much longer to break through the atmosphere. Oh heaven, look at that. It's insane. Imagine what Mechjeb is experiencing as of now. It's really sad. No, what's happening? Please save me. Instead, he's smiling and is extremely happy. I don't know what goes on in his head, you know? He's real weird. 42,000 meters. Oh, and that just, oh god. That just exploded. That is sad. Now you can see some overheating over here, but it will very soon stop. So now the overheating is increasing, but when we reach over here, I can promise you all the overheating will stop. And remember, do not take out the parachute as of now, because if you do, the parachute will get destroyed because of basically aerodynamics and heating. Because if it's like that, there's going to be too much of pressure on it, and it's going to just explode. And you don't want it. Not explode, but it'll just hook off, you know. Now, we are, I don't know why, but we are on the dark side of the Earth. Also, I have a mod called ScanSat. I don't exactly know much about it. It's supposed to be really cool, but whatever. As you can also see, our surface velocity is decreasing because we are almost in the retrograde vector node. Now you can see that all the overheating is stopped, which is good. When we pass over here, there will be no overheating at all. I mean, sorry, no drag, like not too much. See, there we go. Now the drag is becoming just into a little bit of wind that's just passing through because we are not exactly aerodynamic. When we reach about 5,000 meters, I think I am going to be deploying my parachute, because that sounds like the suitable altitude. See, it's extremely dark, and we are not going to land in water, unfortunately. We are landing in, well, we are landing on the land. It's pretty sad. I wanted to land on the water. Whatever. But we're still going to be safe, so it's fine. So now we're about 9,000 meters, 8,000. And there's no absolute wind or anything, actually. I want to see the other part. Oh my god, the other part's still safe. We can actually land this thing. But we don't want to, so. There we go, parachute's yellow, that means we can deploy. Whenever it becomes yellow, that means it's safe to deploy. And when we reach about 1,000 meters, that's when the parachute will actually become green and it'll work. You'll see the drastic change in speed just because of one parachute. Now I think it's possible if we can just time warp it, because now it's really fine. There we go, look at that. Become full, and look at the drastic change. Like about 3 seconds ago, we were 200 meters per second. Now it's like 5. I'm not sure if we'll actually be able to land, because I think this is still too fast. I would rather prefer it in the water, because to reach in the water, there is more time to land, and more time equals less force. Physics. So I would think that that would be better, but I mean, I hope I don't just die right now after all those times of overheating and all that hurtful things of Jebediah. I just hope that we still survive. So let's see. Almost down, almost down. So we can again just warp. It's actually pretty okay. We can stop. We still have time. And please, please don't die. Touchdown! Woohoo! Now we can just recover the vessel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. My next episode will be about going to the moon with using Mechjeb. So please subscribe. I hope you liked it. I hope you would want to see more. So thank you so much. And always remember the most important tip when flying a rocket: never crash.